Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, well, actually, I don't know if you can't see yet. We have went ahead and have purchased some more property. We've got all the way up to the next road. We've got all the property between this road down here, where we're currently sitting right here in this corner, and we are got property all the way up to this next road. Everything has been plowed and planted to make it one single field running the whole way. So we'll just go ahead and get started on it. Start mowing and get to going. One thing I have done is I have went ahead and switched up the settings as far as the difficulty level, just because if we left it at hard, in all honesty, it would take downright forever to get this whole map purchased. So here we go, and we'll get to it. So, I did go ahead and switch things up to where I'm making larger bales, with this being so much more field to mow. I figured go ahead and go with bigger bales, and that way we got less bales we have to pick up. Otherwise, I hope everybody's having a good day. Really am looking forward to being able to have some bigger equipment that's a little faster than this is. This is, in all honesty, kind of painfully slow. So, such a narrow path that it can mow. Definitely looking forward to, like I said, bigger equipment. Something that some of you guys might not know noticed on this map, it is much larger than the standard maps. I think this one, I think they say that this is like 4 times the regular size. And I've actually found a few other maps that are equally as large. Probably going to be starting up a playthrough on another one of these large maps. I actually spent most of this morning setting up a map for a playthrough. Pretty well, it's going to be a try to buy out the entire map, but with some stipulations of starting off with a large debt that has to be paid off before any new land can be purchased. But do have a decent size starting field, and already had the equipment set up for it, so that's coming up. I don't know if I'll record a episode on that this evening or not. Just depends on how I'm feeling and how tired my voice gets. So. Looks like next time I take this truck up to the sub point, I'm going to have to get some fuel for it and do some repairs. Gotta try to keep everything in tip-top shape, otherwise lose efficiency. Next purchasing I'm going to do on this map is probably going to be equipment. I know, in all honesty, this baler is a phenomenal baler, being a fast baler and whatnot, and allowing to not have to stop. Plus, it does the wrapping all in one. So the baler's probably going to stay, but I'm going to have to do something as far as a larger mower. And with the larger mower, I'm going to have to some kind of windrower or something. I haven't figured out what I'm going to do yet. But I do have some mowers and windrowers that are downright just humongous. But I'd rather not use those, just because, I mean, it just kind of takes away some of the challenge. So. And when I say humongous, I mean they are downright humongous. I think one set of them does a maximum of 50-meter pass, which is a little cheaty if you ask me, but this early in the game, it's too much of a mower, too much of a windrower to be even considering. This truck isn't really typically something you would see here in the States, but it fit the bill for something to start with. It's done its job admirably. It's just a little bit on the small side for what I'm needing. Pretty sure I know what truck I'm planning on getting next. As a matter of fact, going down this road, I'll show you guys. Alright, it is going to be this truck here. With front hydraulics. And the reason being is we're going to have a front mount windrower and then pulling the same baler that we're using currently. This little area between that field and this field that we're in, the reason why it has not been tilled up and planted yet is because, one, there's a baseball diamond sitting right there that it's not letting me just tear down. So I don't know if it's an issue of I need the property next to it before it lets me tear it down, or what. But, or if it's one of those things that can't be removed. If that be the case, well, we'll just have to work around it. I might put a little small building sitting right there where I've got power harrow and planter sitting. So this is the windrower that I'm planning on picking up. 20-meter wide. It's actually pretty good sized. But yeah, that's the windrower I'm planning on getting. This is actually another possibility. It's a pull behind. And that could be something that I put between the truck and baler. Hey, I guess it's helpful if I pay attention. Don't go past my field. I am going to have to fix the road there a little bit. That was an oopsie. This is the basement I was speaking of. As you guys probably noticed, we got a whole lot less bales being spit out. But these bales, as I mentioned earlier, are much larger and they hold quite a bit more grass in each bale. So this is much larger. Be noticing that on my map colors are a lot better than they normally are, and that's in this lower section of the map anyways, or of the field, and that is because it actually had tilled in grass that was grown before, and that allowed for it to receive a small fertilized bonus. Once we start fertilizing the field put lime on it, we're definitely going to be getting better yields, spin out more bales, and in turn make in all honesty, that might actually be the next thing I dig for adding on more fields, is getting this field into its absolute best shape we can. That way, get the best yields as possible. Start making more profit from the same area. though there's not much on that little strip between the edge of the field and what's been plowed, we'll go ahead and get that too. Just well, since it's already there, can be harvested. We might as well. As a matter of fact, we'll just go ahead and do that right now. It might actually be enough to finish this. What's in this row might finish on this panel. We shall see. The field is getting to the point where we'll be looking at using a helper for doing the mowing and whatnot. Mainly because time sakes was. When I'm running a helper, I can make things fast forward time and let things happen at a whole lot faster pace. One thing I did not make sure of, which I probably should have, is to make sure that this trailer is compatible with these larger bales. I would expect it is, but if it's not, I know of another trailer that is compatible with them. It is a much larger trailer, so would be able to haul more bales at the same time anyways with it. But I think this trailer is still compatible with larger bales. So if you guys recall, this smaller deck that we're running is actually not intended for a rig like this. But for what we've got, this is a very excellent starter mower. But at this point, we've pretty well outgrown it. I don't think this truck will be able to pull it, but this is the mower that I am looking at getting right here. We might actually be able to pull that off. this truck's max horsepower is 240, whereas this mower is calling for 250 horsepower. But that would be on the edge of what this truck can handle. This is one of those mowers I was talking about earlier, that it's got that 50-meter width, which we're not to the point where I can justify using that in game yet. I might end up starting to run those only after I've got more of the map bought and I'm running helpers everywhere. But I think a lot of that would be done off camera or just on the videos of us just listening to music while mowing, doing whatnot. And those are going to be those longer episodes. So. This shut down, and just park over here for the moment. And we'll jump in our other truck. So transport mode. Alright, so yes. Can't pick these big bales up on this trailer, so that's a good thing. One thing, we do have precision farming, and with that will allow us to get maximum efficiency out of spreading the lime and fertilizer and running the herbicide for the weeds. Set these off right about here, and we'll go ahead and see about fast forwarding right quick and see what we get out of these. As I did mention, I have changed over to being an easier difficulty level, so we're getting better pricing, and just to speed things up, speed things along. About midpoint on pricing. Well, we'll go ahead and sell these off, See what we get out of it. On some of these maps, if you haven't noticed, a lot of the traffic ignores normal traffic laws. So I figure if they can ignore them, so can I. It has resulted a couple times of collisions, but is what it is. That is one of those sounds that I just never get tired of. Spent a little time in my past as a truck driver and driven several different trucks. Most common engines, I mean, stuff I drove was newer stuff. It either had a Packard engine in it, Cummins, or a Detroit. And while I had more miles in a Detroit, in all honesty, and actually, the Detroit that I drove, Detroits I drove, I mean, they're good engines. Now the trucks are detuned quite a bit, but that's what you get for being a company driver. Companies order their trucks to be as low as power as they can. Then they have their trucks governed down to where they're snails. The Packards I had experience being behind the wheel of, um, nothing major, no major issues with them. But again, it was detuned. It was a company truck, so the power that you or yeah, well, the power out of them, you weren't winning any races climbing a hill. That's for sure. But I'll segue off that, and hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Thanks. Have a good one.